Deep breathing as you transition to all fours. And if being on hands and knees does not work for your body, then lie down. We'll do pelvic tilts and then our rhomboid push-ups. You can modify these in a supine position. If I see you lie down, because I can see everyone, then I will cue that. So start in a neutral tabletop, hands either spread wide on the ground. If it's more comfortable for you to be on fists, that's fine. Or to use a blanket or a couple of yoga blocks to hang your fingers off. That can also help if extending the wrists is painful. If it's not painful but uncomfortable, well, maybe that's something you can work with as you strengthen, widening your hands, flattening your knuckles down. Press the earth away to lift out of your shoulders. Chest firms up a bit. Reach the 4 points of the pelvis straight back. Let the top rim of the sacrum soften down towards just enough that you have a natural curve and low spine without ballooning belly, ribs out. We're going to maintain that steady, the pelvis, the lumbar, and the rib cage. As we inhale, chest towards the earth, between your straight arms. And exhale, press the ground away, upper back rises between shoulder blades. Inhale, chest down, shoulder blades rise behind you. Exhale, chest rises, upper back, balloons up between shoulders. Keep going like that. Not a cat-cow. Your spine is staying neutral. We're starting to free up the shoulder blades and the shoulder muscles from the spine itself. So if your shoulders have been glued there for a while, maybe years or decades, you might not get a lot of movement. So turn up the breath in this area so you don't get frustrated and you can feel the cellular movement unwinding. You might hang the head if that helps you relax the neck. That's totally fine. Breathe into back bottom ribs. And come back to neutral spine. Inhale, top rim of sacrum dips down to the earth more. Now your belly might blow out in a tiny bit of a cow tilt. Exhale, top rim sacrum to the sky, flattening out your lumbar curve. Inhale, top rim sacrum earth. Exhale, top rim sacrum sky. Take a few breaths like that. Now isolating the pelvis, keeping everything from lumbar through rib cage through shoulders fairly steady, except for the expansion and softening of your breath. Hanging head is also fine here. 3 more breaths. And then return to a comfortable sitting position. Wrist stretches, right hand forward, palm up. Take hold of your right pinky finger with your left hand right at the base of the hand. Inhale, draw the pinky away from the hand, make some space in the joint. Not so much it pops, just a little lengthening. Exhale, draw the pinky finger back. Press the heel of the hand forward, stretching out the front of the wrist. Take the ring finger, inhale, the right side ring finger. Exhale, draw it back. Spread the rest of the fingers wide. Soften your shoulders down. Shoulders will crawl up in this series, so keep on checking into that. Take the middle finger, inhale, lengthen it from your hand. Exhale, draw it back. Send your spidey webs out of your wrist. Reach thumb and pinky away from each other. Index finger, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch it back. Spread the palm as taut as is comfortable. Bend the right elbow, palm up to sky like you're holding a platter. Bring back of left hand up to back hand, and then take hold of your thumb from underneath. Look down at your thumb. See the natural angle it's coming out of your hand? Draw it out on the angle as you breathe in. Make some space in joint. Exhale. Draw your thumb down towards your elbow. Spread the rest of the fingers wide. Take your palm, turn it forward, hand like you're facing me, showing me your 5 fingers. From behind, nope, point your thumb straight ahead. From above, take the thumb, draw it down towards your elbow, almost like you're making little shadow puppets. Some of you, maybe your thumb still touches your elbow, but don't force it, please. Take your hand, spread it wide, show me your 5 fingers. Now take the thumb from behind and squeeze it over to the base of the pinky. Stretch it right across the hand like that. Should I get closer with these? Wrap the rest of the fingers around your thumb. Turn your fist in towards center. Take your fist with the left hand and curl it down to your elbow. Keep the elbow nuzzled into your ribs. Inhale, lengthen the back of the spine up. Exhale, ease the shoulders back. Relax your hands. Change the cross of your legs. Left hand forward. Take hold of pinky finger right at the knuckle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it back. Rest of the fingers spread wide. Ring finger. Inhale. Make some space in the joint. If you traction slow, you might feel that resonate right up your arm. Sometimes, oh, that's my jaw. Exhale, drop back. Spread thumb and index finger away from each other. Middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, stretch it back. Feel the whole belly of the forearm lengthening forward. Index finger. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders back. Jaw soft. Bend your elbow, palms turned up. Turn your palm up, turn your fingers away from you. Like you have the platter of cocktails that you would have at your Christmas party in years past. Bring the back of the right hand up to the back of the left hand so you can catch your thumb from underneath. Look at your thumb and watch it on its natural angle. Inhale, ease it from, not from its joint, but make some space on its natural extension. Exhale, draw it down, shoulders down. Turn your palm forward, point your thumb forward. From above, take your thumb and draw it down to your elbow. Feeling the stretch in the back of the forearm, the finger extensors. Good. Take your hand and squeeze your thumb towards your pinky mound. Wrap the rest of the fingers around it. Turn your fist in towards center. Curl it down. If that pulls way too much on your wrist, your fingers, your arm, then you untuck your thumb. The tighter your fingers, the tighter the fist, the tighter the stretch. But these are articulate muscles. You don't want to overdo them. All right, shake that out. Extend left leg out. Right knee either folded into half straddle, or you can come into your heel to butt hurdler's lunge. 3-part series, side bend. Start with right hand behind your back. Left hand on the ground inside left leg. Hang your head to left shoulder. Part 1, neck release. Inhale, lift the whole rib cage up. Turn your chest slightly towards the bent knee and ease the right shoulder back. If ear to shoulder is not a great shape for your neck, then angle your chin down. But see that your head stays lined up with the shoulder. It doesn't start to round you forward, and it's more habitual release pattern. Activate the left foot, flex it, spread all the toes, and then press on the gas with the ball of the left foot. Bring energy right out through the foot bones. Plug pubic bone down, rooting through your base. And then everything off of that can start to soften. Give way to gravity. Reach right arm out to the side in line with shoulder. Spread your palm wide, same direction as heart. And for some of us, that's enough of a chest stretch right there, arm in line with shoulder. Others will start to press right hand back to stretch chest and the front of the right shoulder. If you get a lot of tingling or any pain, please don't press back. And then part 3, bring right arm in line with shoulder. Inhale, arm straight up to sky. Turn the palm toward your head. Exhale, lengthen the right side body out towards the left foot. Think more of lengthening out than down. So if you come down and you start to round down, then back up. Inhale, both sets of ribs away from pelvis. Exhale, ease shoulders from neck, soften neck and jaw. Now, some of you came pretty low. You might need to look down, bring hand down to walk yourself out of the shape. And some of you will come out the way you came in. Do what's organic for you. And straighten right leg out. Maybe give it a little massage if you were in a compressed shape. Get your circulation back through knee. And then side number 2. Either half straddle or hurdler's variation. Good. Right hand in front of leg, left hand behind back. Inhale, telescope the rib cage up off your hips. Slightly spin towards left knee and relax your head to right shoulder. Either line ear up over shoulder, or from that alignment, start to angle the chin down, head over shoulder. As you breathe out, soften both shoulders from the neck. The sides of the neck soften. Breathe, left side chest open. Exhale, tucked left shoulder blade down, almost like you're sliding it into a pocket. And left arm extends out directly in line with shoulder, palm open, same direction as heart. Inhale, lengthen the left arm from shoulder. And for some of you, that's a huge opening. It's the opposite of where our arms move all day. Others, maybe the left hand moves back to exaggerate the stretch. Gaze any direction where your neck can be soft. Left arm back in line with body. Turn palm towards head. Inhale, lengthen the whole left side body up. Exhale, continue to lengthen out over right leg. Especially those of you who are flopping down a little bit, use your inhale to lift and lengthen and to open up. And either come out the way you came in, or if you're pretty low, you might need to bring your hands to the ground and crawl your way out of the pose. Massage your left knee and come on down to your back. Setting up for elbow to knee abdominals. Lie on your back with your knees bent over your hips. Now we'll start with stage 1. Lie on your back with your feet on the floor, knees bent. Feet are active. Lift and spread your 10 toes. Hands interlaced behind your head and neck. Send breath down into low back. Hold the breath in. Curl head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, both elbows towards the right thigh. Pick your right foot up so your knee's right over your hip. Inhale, feet down, head and shoulders come back to center and stay off the earth. Exhale, little twist towards left thigh. Pick your left foot up. Knee lining up right over the hip, going straight up to the sky. Pull your belly down. Inhale, set your active foot down. Press the low back flat. Exhale, twist right, pick your right foot up. It's a small twist, so maybe right shoulder can stay off the earth. Both elbows heading towards the right thigh. Belly down. Inhale, center. Press the low back flat. Exhale, twist to left thigh. Pick the left foot up. Draw navel to spine. Either continue like that for the next 3 rounds, or now pick up both feet. Inhale, low back flat. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. If your feet are off the floor, then extend left leg out. Keep the right knee lined up over hip. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Press the low back flat. Exhale, twist left, right leg out. Draw navel to spine. Press spine into ground. Do 2 more like that to each side. Or choose the foot down variation. If your low back can't flatten, I recommend that one. And when you're done with your rounds, head and shoulders down. Grab your yoga block. Put it next to you and line your back to set up for bridge. We'll do our psoas series on the block. So once you know where the block is, you can just leave it alone and relax the arms. Connect to your feet, pressing to the earth. Lift and spread your toes. Ground through the feet. Tuck your tail. Press hips to sky. Feel the hips flattening. Your feet driving down. And connected to the steadiness of your strong legs. Now reach for your block. Slide it underneath your sacrum, probably the lowest way. Some of you might find you need to put it the medium way, but low is better as you rest your sacrum down on it. Sacrum is the back of the pelvis, that bumpy bone right in the middle. If that feels really bumpy, you can put a blanket on your block because we are going to rest on sacrum right now. Send a breath down into pelvis. Exhale, draw right knee to chest. Catch the right leg wherever you can. Either hold on to the shin or hold behind the knee. Use a towel to wrap your leg if your arms are straining to reach your leg. Breathe into right hip. Exhale, soften right hip. Hug it in as you press sacrum flat. Now focus on to what you're feeling in the left thigh. Foot is still on floor, knee bent if that doesn't hurt knee. I know some of you probably need to straighten it out, and that's fine. Tuck your left sitting bone up towards your tailbone and feel for the lengthening of the top of the left thigh and hip flexors. Breathe into pelvis. Exhale, hug right knee in. Tuck the tailbone up a bit and walk the left foot out as far as you can without the left foot coming off the earth. And then pause, breathe into left hip. Exhale, tuck tail. Notice where you feel the traction now. And then part 3, hug the right knee in firmly, tuck the tail, straighten the left knee all the way. Activate the foot, spread the toes, press out through ball the foot, and then let your heavy leg hang from your left hip. So if your heel touches down, tuck the tail more, breathe the back bottom ribs onto the earth, and then relax your left hip. 2 more breaths. And bend the left knee, set your foot down, set the right foot down. Take a breath into pelvis. Listen. Exhale, draw left knee up towards left shoulder. half happy baby type shape, turning left foot to sky. With hips on the block, there's a good chance you won't reach your foot. So you can just hold on behind knee unless it's really convenient for you to get your strap. Just feel for softening left hip, knee to shoulder, tailbone untucking. Draw left knee to chest. Hold on to left leg wherever you can. Breathe into pelvis. Exhale, hug the left thigh in. Top rim of sacrum down. Tailbone slightly tucked. Right knee pressing in towards center just a bit. Right inner thigh pressing in towards center. No strain on the knee, please. But feel where you are feeling the traction. You might feel something around the knee. These muscles do pull on our knees. And I think when they're way too tight or too weak, cause a lot of our knee problems. But I don't want you to cause pain here now. Send breath into the hip, into the thigh. Exhale, walk your right foot out as far as it can go without leaving the earth yet. If anything I say causes knee pain, you bypass me and move into a place where you are pain-free. Breathe into pelvis. Exhale, tuck tail, hug the left thigh in. Straighten the right leg. Activate the foot. So knees lock, foot is active, hip relaxes. You can engage right sitting bone, tucking towards tail. And some of you will turn the right thigh in towards center, internal rotation, to target traction up into the low belly, psoas. Set your right foot down. Set your left foot down. Sacrum grounded. Breathe into the low back ribs. Exhale, draw right knee to shoulder. Half happy baby variation here. Lifting the right foot up towards ceiling. And again, holding right leg wherever you can. Maybe you can reach the foot with ease. My arms are disproportionately long, so I made that look easy. I don't want you to strain to reach your foot. It's not that important. All right, set both feet down on the earth. Let's return to bridge. Unless bridge creates pain for you, you can stay here in your psoas, iliopsoas release, grounding the sacrum and just feeling the belly soften into your low back. For some of you, that's where you stay. Otherwise, press your feet down, reconnect to your strong legs, lengthen tailbone sacrum forward. Feel the openness of the fronts of the thighs, the hips, which you might feel it translate to openness in low spine. Breathe your rib cage out of your low back. Then move the block aside. Roll yourself down nice and smooth. And draw your knees into your shoulders. You can stay here and rock out, or move into a full happy baby, or knees to chest variation. All right, let's come to all fours. Hands and knees, or even elbows and knees. And take a few moments just connecting to your breath. If that means doing a classical cat-cow for you, that's cool. Maybe your body is just asking for some free-form movements. It might feel different than it started 20 minutes ago. We're going to do a cat-cow variation, which should mimic the cranial sacral Rock and glide, the movement of your cerebral spinal fluid. And you don't have to understand what any of those words mean, but you might feel it. So find your neutral table again where you're lifting out of your shoulders. You can be down on elbows for this. Elbows on blocks are sometimes a good idea. Again, neutralize pelvis. 4 points of the pelvis back, top of sacrum soft. We'll start with our pelvic tilts. Inhaling, top rim sacrum to the floor. Exhale, top rim sacrum sky. Now continue like that with the rest of the spine fairly steady, neutral. My yoga tune-up teacher once described this as like having a paintbrush attached to your tailbone, a tiny paintbrush, and you're just painting a 1-inch stripe up and down the wall behind you. Now, once you have a feel for that movement down at the tail, moving up and down, and how it ripples up to the top edge of the sacrum, you might feel the low back responding. As the tail rises, the low back dips. You tuck the tail, the top rim of the sacrum rises, the low back flattens. So it starts to ripple up into the spine. Tail lifts, top rim sacrum dips, belly drops, low ribs start to drop. Tail down, top rim sacrum rises, low back flattens, low ribs lift up. Continue to feel into that, the sequential moving up the spine until eventually maybe that ripple, like your tailbone is you holding the end of the rope and sending a ripple down a rope, will ripple right out through the crown of your head. So your head and tail will not move in coordination like they do in cat-cow. If you think about it too much, you're going to stop breathing and stop moving. So don't think about it, just feel it. All right, take 2 more breaths. If mind is starting to smoke, because this is just too weird for you, just do a normal cat-cow. Come back to your breath. Let's come into quarter dog. Lower down onto your left elbow. Reach your right arm forward. You can walk your knees back so your hips stay high as you rest your head down on left elbow. And then whether you let the whole chest collapse towards the earth, a relaxed variation. We do this in Yin classes where you just kind of settle into the bony shape. For some backs, that'll feel great. For some bodies, tucking to the tail, reaching your hips back will feel decompressing to spine, to neck. And then you can start to soften the upper back. Now let's activate the right arm, reach it forward, spread your fingers wide, and then stick your fingertips down to the mat. Like you have little suction cups on your fingers, tent your palm up. Inhale, pull on the ground to drag the right shoulder away from your ear. And exhale, relax the right arm completely. Let it droop. Let it drain. And coming into the other side, you may simply fold right arm and extend left arm. Some of you will need to do a cat-cow between to come back to breath. That's fine. Now let's activate the left arm. Walk your fingers forward, lengthen the straight arm out like you've got a kitty cat paw. Stick your claws into your mat. Pull on the mat to drag shoulder out of ear. Inhale. Exhale. Release the left arm completely. Let's all press into cat stretch. Hands under shoulders. Press into the earth and hang your head down. Round your spine up. Huge breath into the back body. And then either move into cat's cows, or if you want to stretch into down dog or dolphin at this point. Quarter dog can be a nice prep for dolphin. I'll give you a few breaths just to get your breath running through your spine. You do that how you like. About 3 more breaths and we'll meet in standing forward fold. Standing forward fold. Option neck traction. Clasp your hands at the base of your neck. Massage your neck with your thumbs. Elbows come in close to your ears. Then hang everything down. So the weight of your arms gives your neck some traction, but you're not necessarily pulling on the neck. Optional scalp traction. If you have enough hair that you can grab 2 clumps of hair right at the top of your head, where your bare ears would be, right at the scalp. You want the root of the hair. And then again, relax the arms completely. So you're not pulling out your hair. You're letting gravity traction the scalp muscle off the skull. You feel a softening around the eyes or jaw, or even echoing down the spine. All right, relax your hands down and find your way up to standing, nice and easy. Half sun salute. Come into Tadasana at the front of your mat. Feet parallel to each other. Your choice whether they're hips width apart or touching. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You can swan dive or you can tuck your tail, bend your knees and roll down. Half lift. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to your heart. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Hands to heart. Once again, inhale, arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Warrior 1, step your left foot back, right knee bent. We're moving into Warrior 1, hands on hips. Cynthia, if standing in Warrior 1 on either side bothers your toes, you can do standing BB, which is essentially the same pose with your feet in neutral. Did I say Cynthia? I meant Susan. Okay. If anyone wants to, you can choose that option. If you're in the Warrior 1 stance, hands on hips, hands can work to backs of hips. If that's okay, on your shoulders, so your fingers wrap around the sides, and you can guide your hips forward and guide your tail down, feeling for that equal rooting through the sitting bones, pubic bone, and tailbone. From your rooted hips, inhale, telescope your spine up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, tweeze the elbows back. Let's take 3 breaths here into the lengthening spine. For some of your backs, as you soften the shoulders back, the upper spine might start to arc back. That's fine, as long as you're not dipping into low back whatsoever. And then if your upper spine went backwards, inhale your heart forward. So the back ribs are out, the front ribs soften in. Brain cradling. Once again, interlace hands at base of skull, thumbs run down neck. Draw elbows towards each other. Reach the elbows straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift the whole rib cage up. Exhale, release your head into your hands. So your neck is doing zero work here to hold your head up. It's in your hands. Your eyes can relax back in your skull, your tongue in your mouth. Take a few moments here to continue to let go. And then if once again your heavy head took your upper spine backwards, inhale your heart forward, arms bring your head back in line with spine. Twisting warrior variation. Left hand to ground or block, spin onto back toes. Inhale, twist to your right. Right arm to sky or keep it on your thigh. Or on sacrum can be really grounding. Your choice of transition, hand down, either step back into downward dog or step forward into a fold. All other vinyasas, including cat's cows, are welcome. And take a full breath wherever you land. We'll meet in warrior one, left foot forward. Warrior one, hands on hips. Maybe the hands can work towards backs of hips, drawing the elbow, shoulders back. Ground the sacrum, pelvis down. Inhale, lift the low ribs off the pelvis. Expand the middle ribs off the low ribs. Lift the chest and collarbones off the rib cage. Exhale, ease the shoulders back, elbows back. And press your pelvis down. Inhale your heart forward and up. If it went backwards, clasp your hands at the base of your neck and then switch the fingers so you're in your non-habitual interlace. Draw the elbows, triceps in. Inhale, lengthen triceps up to sky. Exhale, release the head into your hands. And feel as if you're supporting your own brain floating here in your skull. All the space, fluid, breath it needs. Ease your head back up by breathing into your heart if it went backwards. Then bring your right hand down to the ground or put it on your yoga block. Spin off the back heel. Inhale, twist to your left, left arm to sky, or any other variation. Your choice of transition, hand down, either step back into a down dog or step forward into a fold. And wherever you choose to go, huge breaths in and release. Warrior 2, right foot forward. Archer, right arm up, bend the right elbow, left hand to right elbow, half archer. If you'd like to move into the full bind, you're welcome to do so. Or if you want to do half archer, other arm, then switch to left arm behind back and support that relaxing down or shoulder down. Extended warrior variation with left arm behind back, half bound or full bound, interlocked warrior. Lizard lunge variation, hands down to the inside of right leg. Heel toe right foot out to the right to make space for your hands and shoulders. And I'll leave it up to you if you want to keep left leg straight to continue to open the left hip flexors. Or perhaps you prefer to set your knee down. And of course, sometimes I notice arms get super tired in the hip opening stretches. So maybe you need to rest your elbows on something. So you can focus your breath into the hips and feel their sensations, their shifting and unwinding. Hamstring stretch, either pyramid, press up to hands, walk the right foot back towards center, and then stand on the back foot. Or half splits if you prefer to leave the left knee down. Goes in pyramid. Left foot is maybe 2.5, 3 feet behind the right, toes angled out so hips can square off. Pigeon. Bend the right knee just enough that you can lower your shin to the ground. If you know that a belly down pigeon or deer variation works for you. If none of these variations are great for your knee, well, you can choose pigeon on the back, or you can do frog belly down, lower all the way onto your belly. Half frog belly down, bend right knee out to the side, and take a moment to commune with the earth, letting your hips sink. And take the next few breaths to transition out of pigeon. Your choice whether you stretch back and do some kind of vinyasa or down dog, or simply let both straight legs straighten behind you and rest on your belly. Short belly down shavasana. Let go. We'll meet in warrior two, left foot forward. Archer variations. Left arm up, bend the left elbow, right hand to left elbow, half archer. Inhale, the point of the left elbow straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, soften the top of the shoulder into the neck. Option is stay here or move into half bind. Move into full bind, or switch to half archer, bottom arm. Right arm down and behind your back. Or opposite of whatever you did last time. Interlock variations. Those of you in full bind, maybe press right hand against the small of your back. Your shoulder might be happy about that release. Then left forearm to thigh, right arm behind back, or left armpit to thigh if you're reaching underneath for the full interlock. There it is. Lizard variations or deep lunge hip opener. Hands down to the inside of left foot. You might have to lift your butt way in the air to square the hips off in the transition. And I would suggest trying to mirror what you did on side one, but then again, your left hip, right hip might be such different experiences that, well, even if it's a mirror image, it's a brand new pose, but it might ask for a different pose altogether. And as you're breathing into hip, honor that. It does have different needs. It has a different life than the other side does. As in the mirror world in Wonderland, maybe it drives the car, but not in our, well, not in America. I shouldn't say Wonderland. Move into your hamstrings stretch, either standing on right foot for pyramid or easing onto back knee for Ardha Hanumanasana. Move into pigeon, again, possibly mirroring the type of pigeon you did on side one, but not necessarily so. Or frog belly down, half frog belly down. Find your way back to the neutral place, down dog, or rest on your belly, a moment in belly down Shavasana. And we'll head towards resting. If you'd like to take a minute upside down before resting on your back in Shavasana, now's a good time to either move into your headstands or shoulder stands. Supported shoulder stand on the block. If you'd like to set your Shavasana up slightly more inverted than on the earth, put your legs on some furniture or on the wall. So take time to either set up a relaxation, to drop into relaxation, or to complete your inversion practice. And once everyone's settled into their relaxation, I'll talk through one more round of pranayama, Brahmari breathing. So if you would rather be uninterrupted, feel free to mute or silence your Zoom or to sign out of the Zoom and rest quietly. Bringing your attention to your feet, your legs, your knees, your bony pelvis. We'll buzz our root chakra with a real guttural hum. Take a slow breath down into your low belly and buzz your low body. With your attention still in low belly, hip tissues, and the contents of low belly, pelvis will buzz. Inhale. And up into the belly itself, the low back, a little bit of a brassier buzz. Inhale. Shift your attention to where your breath is moving, your heart, your lungs, between the shoulders on the earth. Inhale. Neck, throat, jaw, and tongue. The roof of your mouth, behind your eyes, the brain stem. And finally, the brain, the cortex itself, your tingly scalp, your crown. And continue to settle into the vibration. Of course, you can choose to continue to settle into the place you are. If you're ready to transition out, start with your deepening breath. Let the physical sensation and sound of breath guide you into your physical movements that will return you upright slowly. Namaste.